Good morning. I'm Karen Taradas with Social U, and it is time to, wow, that's very lovely. And it is time for What's Up Wednesday, where we come to you live every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. to talk about social media tips, tricks, and trends. Today, we are talking about brands that have done such a good job on social media. It has literally changed the face of the industry. And there are several examples. I found 7 that I'm going to share with you today. And 3 of these are national organizations, and then 4 of these are local, smaller, locally owned, smaller businesses who have done just such an outstanding job that they definitely need to be recognized. So let's kind of come out strong. If you are not familiar with Wendy's hamburgers, they have they have quite changed the face of social media because are famous for roasting other people on Twitter. They started on Twitter. They will now do it everywhere, still mostly Twitter, but they will troll whoever. I love this. They are just being unapologetically themselves. It has really set the tone for a conversational, very transparent, sassy brand voice on Twitter. And many food and retail brands have adopted personality-driven social tone as a result. If you don't know, and I will include examples. If you come back and see this as a blog, we'll include examples and links to the actual comments or the actual video so you can see what's going on. But they're hilarious, and it's gotten so popular now. People will ask to be roasted by Wendy's. So they've done an outstanding job. Okay, number 2, Duolingo. They got famous on TikTok. They have an owl mascot, and he will playfully threaten users to practice. It is supposed to be funny. It is funny. It's hilarious. They have reframed how a very seriously perceived brand, especially in education, there's nothing more serious than that. Well, there are more serious things than that, but it's pretty straightforward. But they've used humor and memes to spread their message. And competitors like Babbel and Rosetta Stone have shifted towards a lighter, more humor-driven, meme-driven content because Duolingo changed the space for everybody. Number 3, and this is our last big brand. I mean, the rest of these are considered to be small businesses and they're local, and they've just done an outstanding job. But number 3 is Ocean Spray. This was incredible resurgence. This is the oldest one. It happened 5 years ago in 2020, happened on TikTok. And it didn't work for just Ocean Spray. It also worked for Fleetwood Mac, which is crazy to me. But they have a viral video of a man, Nathan Apodaca, who was skateboarding with an Ocean Spray bottle in his hand, drinking, and it exploded. It revitalized a decades-old brand. It caused a sales spike. It made TikTok central for food and beverage creators. So people in complete in total food industry who had never considered TikTok as a viable resource for advertising changed their mind with this one video because it blew up. And not only did it work for the Ocean Spray company, Fleetwood Mac had this huge resurgence, and their sales went through the roof from this one video, which is, I mean, it's crazy to think about how powerful that stuff is. Okay, number 4. Look, we're getting more local now. And if you haven't followed these folks, I highly recommend checking them out. SB Mowing, they're out of Wichita, Kansas. They're lawn and yard care. And in case you guys don't know, we're in Alabama. They're not from around here, but boy, do we know this brand. What they do, Spencer, who runs the company of SB Mowing, he posts videos of himself mowing and weed eating and just basically doing yard transformations. And he runs them on hyperlapse so you can see the whole transformation in 60 seconds. He often helps neighbors in need, the disabled, the elderly, people who cannot maintain their properties, who can't afford to maintain their properties that are so overgrown. I saw one last week where there was a tree growing in the pool. They're bad situations, and he makes them it makes it doable. He's amazing. He will show the before and the after, and then the hyperlapse of the video. And he really, really came into his own on TikTok, although he is also now on Facebook and YouTube. He does shorts as well. SB Mowing, again, SB Mowing. An example he did, and seriously touches my heart. There's an elderly woman with serious mobility issues whose yard was extremely overgrown, and he cut her grass. And he does all this for free. He doesn't charge anybody. He just knocks on the door and says, "Hey, I'm going to cut your grass if you're okay with that." And after he found out that she was having serious issues, he launched a GoFundMe, and the community raised $380,000 for this woman. She had they made her house more mobile accessible. They put a ramp in. They helped her get a vehicle that was had mobility accessible aids. It was incredible. And I want to tell you, it's almost double that now. He has seriously built an entire brand on just being a goodwill ambassador. He's created community awareness. He's shown what a small business can do to build trust and have an emotional connection. And as a result, his follower count's through the roof. He has millions of followers. I want to say 10 million followers on TikTok. It's crazy. So I'm sure he's also getting paid for his views on his videos, but he seriously, he gives back so much. He's had a huge influence in not only his industry, but just in natural storytelling. Other similar businesses are seeing how much impact service is providing for them personally. It's not just a standard before and after yard picture. He's really getting involved in his community and making a huge difference. I love that. Example number 5, also local. I love the local examples. Mohawk Chevrolet. They're a dealership in the United States. And what they did was a weekly TikTok series called The Dealership. And they styled it like The Office. It's one of the most clever things I've seen. They feature humor, relatable situations, other employees. They do potluck lunches. They have internal jokes. It's hilarious, actually. They've done a really amazing job. Primarily on TikTok. Again, it's Mohawk Chevrolet. And they have 6 million views almost instantly. I mean, it's so clever, and they did such a good job with execution that they not only have had more traction, they're getting more leads because they've invested their time into this. And think about how simple it would be. It's not polished video. It's done documentary style. You can literally, somebody's doing it with their phone. Clever. Car dealerships are often seen. Car dealerships have a terrible reputation online, especially used car dealerships. That used car salesman mentality. It's a real thing. And they've kind of overcome that and humanized their business and the salesmen who work at the business. They have built such an engaging brand and really stood out among their competition. So it's pushing other small dealers to use their own culture and humor and behind the scenes content instead of here's a car, here's a car, here's a car. It works. It works. Number 6 is Buddy's Coffee in Brooklyn, New York. And this, to me, I say be transparent frequently, but this takes it to a whole different level. Excuse me, my allergies are trying to kill me. Buddy's Coffee, the co-owner posted a very raw, emotional TikTok video about being afraid about going out of business. He was talking about rent increases, and they have a competitor right next door. And that plea resonated. The New York Post picked it up. They went viral on TikTok. Over 6 million customers came out in huge numbers, even in the rain, to support this small business owner. That video boosted their foot traffic exponentially. And it matters because so many people are so wrapped up in the final polished image that they portray, they forget to just be themselves. And when he showed emotional transparency and vulnerability, it's powerful. And when you have small businesses that show how real the struggle is, people respond. This sets a great example for local businesses using storytelling to rally community support. You guys, there's a food creator on TikTok, Keith, who has saved countless food creators who were just not getting enough traction. So he'd go try their food, blast it online, tell people how great it is, and then increase their foot traffic. Again, just be transparent. And then number 7, there is something called Art Fair Apparel in Boulder, Colorado. What they did, it's a small couple-run business that they spotlight local artists, especially older local artists who are particularly underrepresented, by putting art on apparel. They tell each artist's story in their posts, and one featured an 82-year-old archaeologist design, and it went viral after a video of her holding a t-shirt with her design. It got over 6 million views. Really, really took off on TikTok. They do have an Instagram account, but TikTok is the leader in almost all of these. And it's become, they've had over 1,000 high demanding, growing in their community. 1,000 in sales, thousands in sales. The business is picking up momentum beyond what many small apparel brands could ever achieve. They were featured in People magazine. Why it matters. It shows niche and authenticity plus social good, supporting local artists. It resonates. People, the younger the audience, the more they resonate with giving back to your community. It is so much more than just making a profit. It shows the human interest side. These stories of these artists, it makes a huge difference, especially older artists, and it can drive virality and turn it into revenue, all while inspiring other brands to really dig in and participate in their communities. So what have we learned from all this? Why am I telling you all this? Why does it matter? Well, as a small business owner, it matters. So from observing SB Mowing and the rest of these, there are recurring strategies that you can take away and execute for your own brand. And I'm going to touch on just like the top 5. Authenticity. You guys, if you've been following me for more than 5 minutes, you've heard me say, just be you, be transparent. Humans connect with stories. Tell your story, tell all your stories, help other people, make local impact. Your quality matters, but authenticity resonates more. People get it when you're truthful. Number 2, show transformation. Especially if what you have is a before and after experience, show the before and after experience. SB Mowing is a great example of that. Visual transformations are powerful, very powerful. Number 3, you want to leverage virality and emotional pull. So stories that pull on people's heartstrings, like the business owner who reached out to the community for help, it works. Now, I'm not saying do it. I would never encourage you to stage any of this or do it in a fake way. Just be you. And that's okay. That's totally okay. Be consistent. Multi-platform can really, really help you spread by using some of the same videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can cross promote and adapt content for more than one platform. So multi-platform presence, which I would always tell a small business owner, you need to be on 2 to 3 platforms, but it really can work for you. Giving back, cause marketing, where you're doing something beyond just volunteering, beyond just helping one person in the community. That builds trust and loyalty long-term, and it really draws attention to your business, your brand. And then engagement with the local community. Anytime you feature local individuals, neighbors, elderly people, it makes the content relevant to the people around you. And people like seeing other people from their neighborhood. It's heartwarming. It's moving. The only thing that works better is, throw a dog in there. People love dogs and animals. This person in particular loves dogs and animals of any kind. So that's it for me today. It's totally possible for a small business owner or a small brand creator to go viral just being yourself and being true to your own brand. Please join us again next week, where we are going to talk about, it is Christmas time, baby. If you are not ready for the Christmas season, it is time. October, November, December, holidays are here. So we're going to do like a fun trivia game next week to really get you ready for the holidays. And that's it for me. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you need anything, send us a direct message. And until next week, I am Karen Terradas with Social You, and I'm here to help. Thanks.